This is part three of this video to disassemble this battery and put it on a 48 volt. Now, to recap, I removed the BMS. This battery is dead, so therefore there's nothing to worry about. The voltage is very. I recharged a couple of them, but it's still not gonna bother me. Okay, so I need to put this on the 24 volt. I need to cut this in three different pieces. One, two, three, four. I gotta cut it here on this side. I gotta cut it here on this side. So in other words, on those two sides, I gotta cut it. It would be nice I have the tools I can cut it completely, but I do not have the tools for this. I have to remove this part and the other part. I have to remove this also. And actually, I found a better way to do this. So I may have to do another video, but this is almost done. Now there is some tab in the middle. You have to remove them. You have to push them on the side. Okay, push it on the side. So this thing holds the battery. Once you push them on the side, you should be able to lift them up. Okay. So this has come off. Pretty nice. I think it was a little bit tight, so I had to bang it. I have to use this thing and bang it like this to be able to do that. Now those are the battery. I gotta do the same thing on the other side. I saw somebody actually cut this thing right here. Okay, so he pushed this thing to remove it and cut it. So there's a way to do that, and there's a better way to do that. So I'm going to show you guys in this to remove the top. It's just by removing the bottom. Okay, make sure there's nothing here. Okay, by taking this plate off, and then if you take this plate off, that's hold this thing. If you cut this one here, cut it there, cut it there, cut it there. You gotta have this now. There's something to cut it. The whole body will come off. It will come off. So I saw somebody did it. Instead of me trying to struggle with it. If you cut this, cut that, cut that, cut this, it will come off. And don't forget the middle part. You gotta push it. Okay. Okay, this is the battery. I was able to, this is what I did. There's a couple tab in here. You got to take them off. As I explained in the video one, there's a couple tab. I took them off. And then after I took them off, I hold this thing like this and then bang on it. The more I bang, most of them came out. So I have this one here. On this side, I need 4 of those. There's a couple of them. Let me put my gloves on. This battery is dead, but I tried to revive it. My mistake was I shouldn't have done that. There we go. So I need to cut this one, to give me 12 volt batteries. So trying to recharge them. And push it back. I'm gonna divide this into pieces. I need to cut this. I gotta find out how to cut this where I use the tab. I don't know. I believe this is one of the tab. 2, 3, 4. So I need to cut this here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And cut this here. I don't know. I don't think the tab make a difference, so I just cut the damn thing. I wasn't know that I was alive. Now you gotta put this together like that. So this thing hold it tight. There we go. Okay, this is how it's gonna go. So place it together. This is how the battery come out to be. Now, as I told you that the battery is dead, so this is supposed to be able to give you 12 volt. I told you guys before that. I tried to recharge them. See, I don't have 12 volt. I got 4 volt. So right now I'm in the process of charging this thing. It doesn't stay. Okay, let me stop this thing for a minute. Remove those guys. So this is the battery. So I have to cut this thing. Probably do that in a couple minutes. I gotta cut it like this. Take the middle part, which is here. This thing was like this. I think this is the part, this thing where this thing goes. Probably goes like this. It's gonna go somewhere like that, yeah. Then put the back of it. I'll probably figure this thing in a few minutes. So basically that's how this thing goes. I want to show you guys something. Believe it or not, this is where this thing gonna go, right there. You're gonna glue this, I'm gonna glue this somewhere in here. So this battery will be set. This is the 2048 volt. Because this part is negative, this is positive. Okay, it says it right there, positive. This part is positive, and I'm sure this is negative. Because if you check the voltage, it tells you this part is negative. But I can tell the battery. This is the negative part of it, and this is positive. If you look at the positive, it doesn't have no holes on there. So this is positive, the battery would be like this here. I will have the battery like this, that would be 48 volt. But this is dead. This is 40 volt, I believe. This is only 4 volt. I'm gonna try to charge it. Now I use, as I told you before, I was gonna cut it. I use this thing to cut the case. So I'm gonna put in the case back together. So I gotta place the thing properly and the way it was and glue them together. As you can tell, this one is put back together already. This is, I just push it back together. I can do one for you guys. This is cutting is the difficult part. Everything else should be fine. I'm just putting this thing back together. Okay. Yeah, I'm scared of this freaking. I'm scared of the battery, so trying to place it back together. Oh, there we go. So I just force it to go back. Everything's back to normal. The same way I put it on, I can take it off. Okay, because I had to bend this thing. Now this thing goes like this. Yep, this is go to the top. That's it. So you place it back. I just cut it. I cut it a little bit different. There we go. Now this thing back. Now, as you can see over there, I got 3 batteries. I got 3 of those that I cut. Now, Okay, so now I have those 2 batteries there. Okay, let's say the batteries right here. Now I want to show you guys something. This part is negative. I believe I showed you guys this thing already. This is how the negative part look like. This is negative, this is positive, this is negative, this is and forth. I know this, you can check it, test it, but I already know this is negative. Okay, so all those batteries are negative. So this part is positive. So basically, you will have to put this one there. This one is positive. For some strange reason, they all fits together like that. Hold a minute. This is positive. This one is negative. This gotta go like this. Like that. And the other one is this one. This one gonna go like this. That's it. Okay. Those two gonna go like that, and the other one gonna go reverse. That I will have 1848 volt. Now I have to spot weld those together. That make it. I have to spot weld them. I don't have a spot welder. I just explained to you how to do this. And I may have another video to show you with the BMS and the spot welder all combined together. Okay, this video is already too long, so let me cut it there. I didn't want to have a fourth part. Unfortunately, I may have a fourth part. And I'm gonna upgrade the video, upgrade the setting over and over again. Right now, those, they're not fully charged, and I don't think they're good. I keep charging them, they keep discharging. So there must be somebody in them who doesn't hold charge. So I'm gonna talk to the people that purchased this thing from, having them send me another one. I think about 12 of them. I found one of them is not working. All right, that's all, folks. Until the next videos, I'm gonna have another video for when I spot weld every one of them, make it a 48 volt system, and place it in a place that you guys can see it. I can show you how I'm doing it, because all those things gonna be in parallel. Like this battery, that battery gonna be in parallel. I'm gonna have 10 or 14 of them line up like this. I already have my BMS ready. I bought some nice BMS. So I think it's a Dolly. It's a Dolly, and it's 100 amp. All I need, so this is for the house. All I need is in New York to get 100 amps out of this battery. All right, folks. Until next time. The final stage of the video. So how you can place this thing on 12 volt, 14 volt, and also 48 volt. This battery itself, those batteries itself, they are 36 volt. So you can charge them up to 41, I believe, which is 3.7 times 2.7 times 6, 12S. I'll give you a total of somewhere around 41, 42. I'm not sure exactly. But I know this battery is for 36, 39. I think it's probably a 3.5 to 3.6 voltage. I'm gonna show the garden filming. I have my meter ready. Now, about this, how to put this thing on 12 volt. After you cut them in 3 pieces. You take this pack, you cut it in 3 pieces. Now you have 12 volt battery. Each section is 12 volt battery. If you look at the middle, it's 4 this side, give you 4S. You put the BMS on this for 4S, you're good to go. Now, as I told you guys in the back at the beginning of the video, of this series of videos I'm doing, this pack was not fully charged. It was at 0 when I received it. So when it's 0, there's something wrong with the pack. So the company will provide me a new one, hopefully. I'm gonna email them today and see what happened. Now, I was able to charge the middle. Okay, so let me show you what does it look like. Now you gotta flip it, because you have to flip it because each cell is in parallel. This is parallel, this is parallel, this is parallel. Now this one is not related, is not plugged to each other, so therefore you cannot see it here. You have to flip it on the other side, which it does. Okay, if it's a 3S, no matter where you flip it, which side it is, you should be fine. Now when it's 4S, the positive and the negative are going to be on one side, on the same side. This is what you got there. 4S positive. This is a 12.9. Because I think I charge the battery to 2.2, or most of the battery is 2.2. Let me check for you guys to see if it's what I'm saying is true. This is on this side, 2.2. That side, okay. This side 2.2. That side 2.2. Now I gotta do this side with this one. 2.1. This side 2.3. So they're all 2.2. Somewhere on average 2.2. Okay, this is what you got. Now we can, if I flip this thing, let me flip this one for you. Now this will be 12-volt battery. If you have a 12-volt battery, 4S, because it's 4 batteries in series, 4 sectional series. So this is the tab. You can use the tab to put it positive. I believe this one is positive, main positive. This is main negative there. And you got those 2 tabs there. You can do whatever you want to do. Put a BMS in it, you got 12-volt battery. This pack is not bad. It's not fully charged, no matter how much I try to fully charge it. It refuses to go any further than that. Something wrong with the batteries. This one, same problem. So let me flip this one. Okay. I believe this is a negative. This is a positive. I got 9 volt. Okay. Now when I do this, check each one. You're gonna see this one probably 0. This one 2.7. Let me check this one. 1. So this pack, there's one battery in there, it's heat up pretty hard, and it's dead. Every time I charge this, it doesn't take charges. It take the charger, then when I unplug it, the battery die. Let me see this pack. 3.1. This is good. Let me check this one. 2.1. So this one, that's why we got 9. This pack is no good. But if it was good, this would be another 12-volt battery. Okay. So if you go back to this one also, as you know, flip this thing. Okay. You flip it. This is negative. This is positive. What you got? 7. That's been only 2 of them working. This one only 3. And I was charging it, I put a note there. One of those batteries when I was charging, I put a note. I think it's this one. Okay, you see this one? That battery is dead. It's not good. That battery was heated up, but I put my hand there by mistake, and wow, this is so hot. Almost burned myself. I think this battery will be dead, even though I have the most voltage than the other one. So now, what I want to tell you guys is, when you have those batteries, how can you do this? How can you do this as a 12-volt battery, a 24-volt battery? It's very easy to do with 24. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, this is how it is. If you're doing 24-volt battery, you take this one out. Those two become 24 without cutting the middle. You can't cut the middle. Another way is you will take this battery. Let me move this out of the way. This is very well explainable. I did my best to show you guys how to do this. Now, this is what we have. This is a 36-volt battery. excuse me, 36 volt battery. They give you 40. 46. That's, I think it's close to the maximum charge here. This battery is. Okay. If I go 4, give it 13. Now watch me. I go here. That's 24. So this battery, so if you're gonna cut it, you're gonna cut it here. Okay. Oh no, cut it here. This is where you're gonna cut it. If you cut it here, another way it is, you take the top off, take the other side off, and then you just cut it in there. You're gonna realize this part is 24. Now, if you want to do 48 volt batteries, you want to do 48 volt battery. Okay, let me attempt to do this by touching them to see if you got 48. Now, for the 48 volt battery, I found the easiest way to do it is take 12 from one pack and then merge it from the other pack. Okay, this is this is 20, this is 36, this is 12. Now I'm gonna try to touch this thing, make them touch each other. Now this battery doesn't play, you guys gotta be careful. Okay, it's only one. All right, I'm gonna try to make sure this thing touch this thing. Okay, so I'm still nervous. I like wearing my gloves and my glasses. The reason for it is never be careful because you're dealing with power. Okay, I'm gonna try to make it touch each other. Okay, now it's touch. You can see. But another way, I will have to spot weld this part to this part. If it touch, I should get 48 volt from here. Okay, where's the meter? This is the meter. Now I have, this is a negative. This is a positive going to a negative, and this, the last one is negative. So if I go like this, I should get some voltage. Jesus. Okay. Put it this way, you guys can see it much better. You got 40. If I go like this, it was increased. It didn't. It did touch it. Let me see if it got me something there. It's going up. It's going up. You see, it's going up. And if I go here, you got 53. Okay. So, as you guys can see, now I need 58 volt batteries, 48. I check it here. Give me 53. In other words, I have to merge this. Not every single one of them, I took the meter apart. Not every single one of them goes like this. Not every single one of them. Let me go show you the other one. You have to locate your negative and your positive. Okay. So this is a negative. You can tell it's your meter, but I don't know the battery, so it's minus. You flip it there. This is negative, and this part is positive. I'm sure of it because I know how this thing works. I know how it looks. I can take a look at it and it tells you it's negative. Okay. Now, if I plug this one, trying to do the same thing, it will give me some voltage. Remember, this battery is not fully charged because one of those batteries is dead. So, if I try to put this thing on top of here, trying to touch it. Oh boy, how can I touch it? This thing lasts but too long. Okay, so let me hold this in my finger. Now I have the negative here. You got the negative and the positive there. I got 49. Can you guys see this? 49, 49.8. So this is how you get 48 volt. Now you have to spot weld that then. You gotta glue it and spot weld each one of them. You should have the connection there. And I probably have another video show you how to put 48 volt. I have about, if you have four pack of those, you can get 348 volt, because you can cut one of them in three and the other three you just clean it up and measure them together, spot weld them together. You should be fine. Okay folks, that's the end of this video. I hope it's not too long. Most likely shortly I'll have it to I will show you exactly how I spot welded 48 volt, because right now I need a 48 volt, I need a 12 volt. I already show you this is the 12 volt I need from BMS. It's coming up soon. I will have a couple of videos like this, 12 volt, and I'm gonna have one of those. I'm gonna take one of those pack and do it as a, cut it into pieces, flip it around, put it back on the backs, use the backs as a 12 volt battery. I'm gonna take one of those pack and make a 12 volt battery out of it. With a BMS in there, actually. Put it on parallel. Okay guys, see you later, see you soon.